Alright guys, welcome to this, the last, one of the last round 3 matches. This is going to be between AKMA and Thrift Shop Gaming, otherwise known as Django. And they quickly ban out the Nikes, the Knicks, sorry. Not wanting to have any of that in there, not really liking that. Just checking that everything is running. Yep, I'm going to check myself on offline mode so people don't spam me. But there we go, and Mag being banned out as well by AKMA. Not really wanting to play up against that, obviously. In case you guys didn't know, my name is Trentus. I'm part of the casting group called DDTDota. Unfortunately, I'm going to be solo casting this one with my co-caster being pulled away. And my other co-casters being currently unavailable. Should be coming up though sometime soon.
10 seconds.
Anyway, going back to this draft, going with Mag, this is going to be the first time I've seen either of these teams play. Banning out the Batrider as well. I think there's only one other round 3 match that is happening today, and that's going to be between Tesla Legacy and Adventure Time. And the Shadow Demon ban out been picked up quite a bit today. An instant pick of the Coddle, the Keeper of the Light. His powerful laning presence, the recall, is just a lot to deal with. I mean, if they're able to pick up the Wisp as well, they'll be able to global TP, which will be very difficult to be able to fight. Picks up a Rubik now, does AKMA. Thrift Shop Gaming, I'll just keep them calling them as this. Yeah, Rubik is a fairly good counter to Coddle in a way. He has that magic resistance aura. He's able to pick up, he might be able to steal some of those kills. And Bounty Hunter also being picked up for AKMA. Powerful offline hero, counter those invis. And whew, solo casting. It's going to be interesting. No one to bounce my jokes off of. It's going to be like Silent. And Darkseer being picked up for Thrift Shop Gaming now. Powerful offlane as well versus Bounty Hunter. Going to be struggling a lot for farm if they lane up against each other. However, if they go against each other's tri-lanes, if they end up going that, then it could be interesting. Thrift Shop picking up their mid most likely. I've also seen it done offlane, but most likely they're mid in the Queen of Pain. Very, very strong burst damage, being able to obviously blink around and get those runes very easily. Manage that rune control. And I'm not exactly sure what powerhouse the AKMA are going to go for with this last pick. I mean, they have their offlane and they have one of their crucial supports. Of course, Rubik could also play mid, but I would probably say they would be more predictable to be playing that support role, which is going to be with that TA playing the mid. TA obviously very good against the Queen of Pain. Unfortunately, those refraction charges will be burnt off by that dagger. And Tinkerband coming out from Thrift Shop Gaming, closely followed by a Lone Druid from AKMA. Draft going very quickly here. Neither team using any of their reserve time, probably saving that for the last couple of picks. This Queen of Pain just has a lot of burst damage, especially combined with the Darkseer. Should be able to vacuum wall into Scream of Pain with Sonic Wave, followed by the Illuminate from Keeper of the Light, and that will really hurt. Of course, TA should be able to block some of that with the refraction charges, might even be able to meld.
10 seconds remaining.
Bounty Hunter though will get rid of any of those invis heroes which they're wanting to pick out. And there's a Disruptor ban coming out from Thrift Shop Gaming as well. Very quick click span as well. I'm not sure how much these teams know each other. AKMA are being a very famous team, playing in Smoke of Deceit, on top of the CG ladder at the moment. But Clink's very powerful offlane hero. Very powerful carry, very popular mid game, really good tower pushing, one of my favourite heroes. Very exciting to watch him get that awkward and then try and pick off those support heroes. And finally, a lifesteal ban out. Obviously with the Knicks and the Nikes being banned out, not wanting any of those. Probably don't want that with the Coddle anyway. And there is the PL ban, not wanting the Keeper of the Light PL lane, which has been very, very famous, very, very ancient, very, very common. And there's a Wisp pickup. And that's what I was saying at the start of this draft. With Coddle's recall and the Wisp, being able to relocate someone else in, Coddle being able to port someone else in, they can turn a 2 on something engagement to a 5 on something engagement within a couple of seconds. Wisp recall obviously having a couple of seconds delay. But still, that's quite powerful with their main carry not being revealed yet.
10 seconds remaining.
AKMA don't exactly know what they're going to be going for. I mean, they are picking
5 seconds.
seconds, so they should be able to see their carry just come up just before them.
Reserve time.
Going into reserve time now. And they pick out the Tiny, not wanting them to be able to pick the Wisp Tiny combo. So the CK is still open. The Sven is still open. Those are very common pickups with the Wisp. However, with the Sven, it's a little bit more interesting in terms of how you can get those early game pickups, because he's such a mid-game hero, and they're really useful towards once he's got up a little bit of farm. Otherwise, he's just a stun. And there's the CK pick, which I was saying. Going for the Wisp CK. Obviously, with the Reality Rift now swapping Chaos Knight behind his target, if they can tether up and then get those stuns, and then should be able to empower those guys to victory. And that's a final Jakiro pickup. So we're probably looking at a core Tiny. Obviously with Tempo Assassin and Bounty being core as well. And as we head actually back into the game, remember this is a round 3 matchup, so it's only best of 1. AKMA having to obviously beat these guys, and I'm not sure if my screens have reloaded. That's obviously their land. I'll just go over the teams for you guys in case you guys haven't seen any of these players before. So we have Anarchy, CKR, sorry, playing the Bounty, going on that offlane position. Probably going to try and match up. And then we have QO playing the Tempo Assassin. He's their mid player, he's going for that bottle rush. And then we have Pew 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 on the Jakiro. He loves those lasers. Maybe that's why they banned out the Tinker. And then we have K Phoenix, like a Phoenix except Phoenix, and that's playing on the Tiny. He's bought a Tango Quelling Blade as well as a Stout Shield, trying to be a little bit more defensive. There's also a Rubik here as well. And I'm just going to take a quick break. My other co-caster is just going to join me. He's just at the front of my house. So I'll just go grab that for you guys now. Back in like 2 minutes. Gotta run. AKMA. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't miss out on any of the action, but we do have Snowman joining with us quickly. I'll just go over the players for TSG, Thrift Shop Gaming. We have Keeper of the Light being played by Grey's Niece, and he's going to try and maybe deny that rune. No, just get a couple of auto attacks up on the Bounty Hunter. Then we have Fibonacci playing that CK, looking to pair up the Wisp, which is QM or OM? QM? OM? OM. Playing as those Wisps, got those wards up. Obviously going for a defensive tri-lane. Then we have Tom playing that Queen of Pain, going mid. Got the invisibility rune from Rubik on him, could be quite dangerous. Doesn't quite know where he is. And I'm not sure when they're going to go on him. Darkseer being played by Calvin Kindle. And here they come. Here comes the lift. Lift slams him back down. Nothing really happening from that. Rubik probably going to rotate out now. And wow, this Bounty's just hiding himself. I think he ate his way through those trees just here. Or not, he just maybe hit himself. Ah, he ate this tree here. That tree right there. Ate himself in there. Just hiding in XP range. Doesn't really even have to do anything. You can just sit there and just be free. Tempo Assassin taking a little bit of harass there. Obviously that Shadow Strike damage going through his Refraction Charge, only level 1. Level 2 now on the Queen of Pain. And ping's going out. I think they realized where the Bounty is. As Snowman just pulls up beside me. Hello! Being able to get quite a little bit of, well, just that one unit. It's good pulling by AKMA. Being able to get that out. And there's absolutely no contestment from Thrift Shop Gaming on that top lane, just refusing to even be there at all. Instead, wanting to have this Darkseer just level up in the jungle a little bit. get those early levels, maybe get level 3, make him feel a little bit more safe. Bounty Hunter just being very sneaky. They have those wards up there. If he pops out, he might be seen. I don't think they have any more sentries, actually. But that's free farm for the CK and free farm for the Tiny up the top. And this game, looking like it's going to be going for a long one. Not much action happening on the map anyway. Bottle not quite up for the Queen of Pain. Up for the Templar Assassin though, able to get off that that illusion rune. Picking that off. Not having to guess because of that ward back there. Both of them actually have that same ward. And Bounty's still hiding himself away in these trees, being very, very sneaky, able to use his stealth just to go in and out. This tri lane obviously being very strong and dangerous for him. So they do have sentries up and that will punish him if he goes in too far. Darkseer now rotating back up to this top lane. Welcome, Tom.
Hello, everyone.
Good to have you. Good to have you with me. I wasn't really expecting to want to solo cast this. I haven't been solo casting for a long time.
That's fair enough. I can understand that.
Queen of Pain now having to deal with a illusion rune out from the Templar Assassin. Decide to pop that and pop a bottle charge. Running out of mana for refraction. Probably needing to do that.
Should be a good opportunity to get some good poke in if she can just dip in with an illusion here and there. Maybe cancel a clarity or something if she's got any.
Tank up the tower maybe a little bit more. And there's good farm coming out from this Tiny. Having to deal with the Iron Shell now, which is something which he's not wanting to really to have to deal with. A little bit of latency on my end here. Not exactly sure what's happening. Lots of latency actually. And Tiny just taking a lot of damage from that. That Iron Shell just really hurting. Rotating around. Now looking like they're going to try and go on this Darkseer. He surges up. Gets lifted straight away. Gets pulled back. Going to go for the Ice Path. Lands. Going to also go for the Toss Avalanche. Doesn't even need to bother. And that's first blood there. Up on the top lane. Rubik getting that instead of Tiny. But that's okay.
That was fantastic combo work there. They did that really well.
Yeah, indeed.
I was surprised initially when I didn't see the Jakiro Ice Path so that Rubik could throw him straight into it, but he landed it really well straight after that, so it was really well done.
Sometimes it's really hard to know exactly where your Rubik is sending him down to slamming down, as we have experienced before.
We have indeed.
Couple of times, just miscommunication. But you'd probably not expect that from AKMA, being a very top tier team, especially in the Australian scene. These guys obviously having Smoke of the Deceit finals coming up after this game as well.
It should be interesting. Looking forward to that one.
Unfortunately, probably won't be able to watch that one. Definitely not casting that because we'll be casting here at Tide's Wrath. And Bounty just having to pull back a little bit more, having to pop one of his tangos. No invisibility detection on the moment, and Jakiro just rotates around, wanting to maybe contest this this push of theirs. Obviously, Coddle there pushing up the lane.
They're doing a really good job there zoning out that Bounty Hunter. I mean, even though he's getting solo XP, he's still only the same level as that CK.
CK obviously still being level 4. Bounty hanging back here. Also, or level 5 now, just got that from that last wave. And watch out top, Darkseer probably in the wrong position there. Gonna pop an Iron Shell and nothing's really gonna happen from that. Does use that, goes into the Avatos maybe. Doesn't quite have enough mana. Yes, he does, and that's another kill on the Darkseer.
They're doing really well controlling this top lane. That Darkseer doesn't really stand much of a chance against that stun combo, even with Surge.
And that's just the power of the Avatos. Didn't quite time it exactly right, but probably didn't want to risk it just in case. Phase Boot's now coming out for the Queen of Pain. Great stun from Pew Pew Pew. Awesome name.
That is a fantastic name.
Yeah, they banned out Tinker as well. And so I was like, maybe that was his hero. All of those lasers. And that is going to be the tower falling. And that is just Bounty getting out of that invis. Great play from them not being able to give up that kill.
It was good zone work there from Jakiro, just checking down that Ice Path so that Bounty had that little extra time to get out.
It's really hard to do anything up against that tri-lane. And wow, TA taking a little bit more damage than you probably would have liked. Instead of tanking it up with the solutions, but just heals up with Bottle. A lot of farm coming out though for the TA. A lot of farm coming out for this Tiny in this top lane. It's got 40 last hits now almost. And gank coming up here. Onto the TA. I'm not sure if he knows this is coming. Going to be blocked with this refraction. Knows that they're here. Lots of heroes jumping in, but great rotation from the Jakiro. Knowing that there are a lot of heroes missing on the map, just decided, yeah, I think I need to come mid.
Yeah, that was really good work there, and just his presence meant that the Radiant couldn't push up onto that high ground and try and tower dive the TA, which really makes a huge difference.
And wow, just going into Mel, just not wanting to take any of that. And CK looking like he's in trouble. Wisps, Little Wisp doing the damage though, and he could fall if he gets a last auto attack from Jakiro, and he does!
That's horrible news for the Radiant there.
Yeah, Thrift Shop Gaming really letting that one go probably. Didn't exactly want to let that. They dedicated all 4 heroes to this mid. And they end up losing one, and that clears out the rotation to Jakiro to go top lane to support this Tiny. Got his bottle up now as well.
Not just that as well, but the fact that they lost their hard carry there is really going to hurt them.
Haste Room being picked up by Jakiro. Not... QO just maybe wanted that one. Just denied him out a little bit. That's okay. Rubik now trying to defend this mid by himself against 3 heroes. I think maybe they're just going to let this go. Jakiro standing by just in case. Has a smoke in his inventory. Hand of Midas on Tiny.
Making excellent use of that haste rune that he stole.
Indeed. Yeah. TPing in now is QI. Just wanting to not miss out on much farm. Still, this Tiny's getting pretty fat up top. Just missed out on the avalanche on top of this Darkseer. Gets him now though, and that should be a kill. Darkseer being picked off 3 times now, I believe. Yep, 3 times. Something they really can't afford to do. Support's now rotating top.
And Tiny's getting fantastic farm there in top lane now that he's got his hand of Midas especially. And he's bottle crowing really well. Yeah,
keeping his mana up. And he's 2-0-1. I mean, that's pretty good stats. And I missed out on that kill in mid. 3 supports rotating in, just using that to get that Queen of Pain down. Burst damage coming out from Bounty, obviously. Stealing the Scream as well.
Yeah, having that extra ulti there with that Scream could really end up turning the tide of a fight. If they get into a team fight in this time. It's a Scream. It's not Sonic Wave. Never mind, it's not even an ulti. Still a good steal though. Still a very good steal. Rubik being able to walk into that and teleport scroll coming out from Queen of Pain. Obviously doing that after dying, and that just picks off the Jakiro. Support being a little bit out of position, Tiny being all the way back here. However, that being said, she did use Sonic Wave that time. Indeed. So that's 130 seconds from now that's going to be down for, and that's purely for a support kill. So that's good news for the Dire. Good calls. Good calls. And that was really only on 1 support hero. I mean, you probably want to save those for really stronger targets, more important targets. And I don't know if that's in deny range. I think that's just outside. But they're pushing up this top tower. Thrift Shop Gaming really wanting to get rid of this top. Get rid of the advantage from Tiny. Great tether timing there. Manages to dodge half of the stun. Avalanche, of course, doing it actually damage over time in instances, which is why it works so well with Toss being able to double up those damage over time instances. And jumping in on the Tiny now. Wisp trying to get some of his other wisps. Get some hits up on there. Doesn't quite work. And that's a fantastic reason of why he shouldn't have used his ulti on the Jakiro earlier, because they could have got that kill, but he didn't have his ulti up to kill that Tiny then. 4 heroes now for Thrift Shop Gaming up on the top. And they're going to get this tower, I think. I think AKMA just realised this and just go, yep, they've dedicated enough to this, we're just going to drop back. And hopefully not die. That would be the plan. That would be the plan, you know. Good thing not to die. And Bounty Hunter trying to go hard on this Darkseer, not really working out that. He's also got a bottle up, but that Iron Shell just hurts. Level 4 now. It's an interesting choice to get a bottle on the Bounty Hunter there. Is he bottle crowing that as well as the Tiny? Interesting, I'm not exactly sure. That means 3 bottles up for AKMA at the moment. One on the Queen of Pain. One on the Templar Assassin, sorry. It was mid against the Queen of Pain. One on the Bounty Hunter and one on Tiny. Looking to gank up this mid. And looks like it's going to succeed. Coddle being slightly out of position, being slowed by the TA trap. Drum, though, coming out from the Chaos Knight, trying to get the stun. Able to steal the stun is Rubik, and that's a level 4 Chaos Bolt.
Smoke being dropped? Was that him smoking, I think? I think it was.
That looked like smoke, yeah.
Interesting decision there. And Chaos Knight deciding this is the time to go in, but Coddle falls really quickly, getting the stun off on the Bounty Hunter. Rubik, though, being able to stun out a couple of hit targets with that. And this is very powerful. Wisp tipping in. Crucial timing there, and this is going to be very dangerous for AKMA. Jakiro being able to get back in, but TA looking to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Able to pick off the Wisp, though. But then they pick her off straight afterwards. 2 for 2 trade.
That was really, really good timing there from both the Jakiro and the Wisp, getting that tether stun on multiple heroes as well as the ice path to save that Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter being able to drop back out. I think Wisp, TA didn't lose much money having bought that big Blink Dagger in the same instance.
Yeah, that was really good timing there from a lot of heroes, and the stuns as well from Rubik landing on multiple heroes for the bonus stun.
Good luck, have fun, coming out a little bit later, 13 minutes, a little bit late.
It came out eventually, it's all good.
Queen of Pain just getting a little bit of harass from the Tiny. Of course that toss doesn't miss, if he blinks away it will follow her. Tiny getting a lot of farm, going straight for the Aghanim Scepter by the looks. Not wanting to get treads, not wanting to get arcane bits or anything like that, just relying on the bottle for his regen. Just trying to beef him up a little bit, being able to get that special combo off, obviously.
That's an interesting choice, because of course Ags doesn't give him as much benefit in the early stages of the game, because he's only got that level 1 ulti.
True. Depends what build he's going for. Nope, level 2 ulti
Level 2
now.
ulti, there you go.
Makes a little bit more sense now. And TA, Invis Rune. No detection. Looking for it, and it's going to hit him, and they know he's there. That's the part of the Wisps. Great detection, and now they're going to go 4 heroes here for Thrift Shop Gaming. Another detection ward, trying to scat out the bounty, and they just pull back. It's actually 5 heroes, and that could have been disastrous if they decide to go in then. Bounty probably should get back. Yeah, he's running. He's not wanting to be there right now. And nope, they're going to see him.
Oh,
CK stun just missing because of the invis. Being able to dodge that. Getting dusted up. What did Rubik steal? He stole the Chaos Bolt again.
that's a big steal. There's a big misstep there as well from Bounty Hunter. Accidentally stutter stepping through River instead of going up onto the high ground, which got him caught in that reality rift from CK.
Yeah, and that was very lucky for him not to die then.
Yeah, it definitely was.
TP support coming out now from AKMA. And people going in, and that is going to be a quick death from the Rubik, being able to stun up a couple of targets though before then. Queen of Pain dropping shortly afterwards, and the TA is just going to fall then. And Tiny comes in with his combo, being able to not even pick off Tiny. Not even pick off Wisp is Tiny, sorry. And Coddle just channeling that last Illuminate. And that was a 3-for-1 trade against AKMA. Not something that they wanted to probably do.
No, definitely not. They came really close to taking that out there with that Tiny, but not quite right on the timings.
Illusion's probably going to get hit by that. Whoop. No, just missed. And Tiny not dying then.
He's getting up some really decent farm though. I think he's lost a little bit here and there, just because he's had to get out of lane to go and defend, but he's doing really quite well. And that's just finished his egg, so that's really good timing for him.
That's a 15-minute Aghanim Scepter on Tiny. Far out. That is a lot of farm.
He's farming like a boss.
In fact, he's 105 last hits. And he's also got these illusions also whacking away, giving a little bit extra farm while he stays in jungle. Of course, with that Aghanim Scepter, he's able to cleave now as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a huge boon for Tiny, especially at these early stages of the game when it's still so crucial to be getting up the extra farm. Just means that he can pop into lane, take out a creep wave, no worries, and go straight back into jungle.
Jakiro able to pick off that illusion rune, invis rune, pardon me, but they do have detection up. Needs to be a little bit careful. Obviously, having a bounty and a TA, you really want to watch out on what you do with that invis.
Yeah, it's interesting at the moment that they're so still spread out, having to pop in and out to defend from one.
And here comes the Wisp TP, but Blink Dagger clearly helping out here, and Queen of Pain a little bit in trouble. Tia doing a whole lot of damage. Gonna try and get off the career, not quite. 35 damage still left on that. Still getting blocked out, and the rest of AKMA are rotating in now. No invis detection anymore. Quap there though. Gonna take him down. Oh, Darkseer getting that kill just with the Iron Shell. AKMA definitely out of position now. And this should be the Jakiro death. Gonna probably bait himself out. Not actually dying just yet. Being pulled up by the Darkseer. Jakiro able to get a perfect ice path off. And Tiny coming in, picking off the Wisp. But the Jakiro still falls. And the Queen of Pain
close.
comes back in.
Down go the Bounty and the Rubik there. Just getting caught out with that low health.
And Tiny is nowhere to be seen. And they're able to trade for 4 again. AKM only just holding on to that kill lead. And the XP not in their favour. Neither is the gold. Both falling in the favour of Thrift Shop Gaming. Should be able to buy boots up now as well.
They're definitely starting to take control of this early stages of the mid game. They're moving and ganking as a team really, really well. And they're catching heroes out of position.
And this should be the tier 1 mid, pardon me. And that'll be quite good for them. Even them up in towers. But Tiny still farming. Just bought something. It's probably coming up to him on the career at the moment. And that is going to be BOT. He actually saved up for a Boots of Travel.
Well, there you go. Well, this Tiny's obviously looking like he's going to probably be going for the really fast attack speed Tiny. He'll probably end up getting an Assault Cuirass and a Manta, if that would be my guess.
Yeah, indeed, he would probably be able to get up that attack speed, be able to, you know, split into those illusions, dodge some of the stuns maybe coming out from CK if he has good timing.
And being able to bounce around the map like he can with Boots of Travel just means he's going to be getting that much extra farm along with that Midas.
Indeed, and he does have minus up. It does make him quite powerful. Sorry if you guys heard that. Someone at the door. Gonna get my co-cast to go grab that while we continue on with this game. Queen of Pain just down on the mid lane. On the bot lane, pardon me. Rotating from mid. Has 1,500 gold up. And now 3 heroes down, and that is going to be a very easy death on the Bounty Hunter. With CK TPing in on that, and that's what they were waiting for. And you really have to be very careful with the Wisp's TPs. Obviously being able to be anywhere at the same time, and that was dusting for that kill as well. Is that your brother?
No.
Huh. Interesting.
This is really not very good news for AKMA. That Bounty Hunter's getting caught out a lot more often than he wants to be, and he's not getting the ganks in that he needs.
And Templar Assassin going to be caught out here by the Queen of Pain, by the Chaos Knight. He's able to go back into meld, not taking any damage. But the rest of TSG smoked up, just hidden, and reveal himself down. Gets the mana drain off, and that is going to be a dead. Oh no, he goes, but there's the invis detection just over there, and that's going to be a dead TA. Being able to get the meld hit off just before Jakiro landing a nice path. And that's another pick off for Thrift Shop Gaming.
Yeah, that was a big mistake there from that TA, going back in towards that rune when he really should have backed out. But of course, not having vision of the high ground, he didn't know that they were there waiting for him.
Rune just being dewarded as well, with the use of that sentry. And AKMA really on the defensive now. But the Tiny is getting massive. What's his net worth at now? His net worth is at 11,000. Nothing really compares to that. As soon as he gets into a fight, he's going to be squashing people left and right.
That's just it. We've noticed that so far in the game. It seems to be that the fight is always going in the way of TSG, but then Tiny will pop in mid-fight and he'll just turn it completely around.
And it's interesting that this Tiny's not going up for any type of blink. He's just going for attack speed, building up for that.
For that Assault
Cuirass. Probably would not be going Mjolnir. I'd probably say Assault Cuirass would be a thing. He has hardly any armor, but he's level 15, and he has cracking exterior up, all levels. So that's going to be really annoying for the CK when he's auto-attacking him. He's just going to be constantly stunned up.
Exactly, and getting in that extra aura attack speed for the rest of the team is going to be a huge boon for AKMA.
Especially with the Templar Assassin stacking that minus armor. And the Bounty if he goes Medallion, which he hasn't. And his ulti obviously no longer takes away armor. Been nerfed recently. And TP gank from the Wisp, but dropping back into the stun. AKMA were ready for this one, with Tiny being there as well, picking off the Wisp. And now this is looking very bleak indeed. Tiny have a whole lot of attack speed and is very, very quick. with that BOT coming in as Rubik steals that kill. And TA blinking in with his blink on the Coddle. Darkseer is slightly out of position now with the Tiny just jumping on him, being able to stun him up, and perfect Ice Path from the Jakiro. And then Rubik able to steal off that kill as Temper Assassin kills the Coddle as well. And that was a 4-for-0 trade and a bottom tower.
That was fantastic work there from AKMA, just capitalizing on that Wisp TP. They had no idea what was coming for them.
And just the double damage rune also up on TA at the same time. And this potentially could be a tier 2 as well.
Yeah, one thing that we've been seeing from AKMA is those really good Ice Path timings from Jakiro.
Maybe it's one of their specialized supports, being able to play that quite well. Tiny, obviously, with the Aghanim Scepter, being able to absolutely demolish those towers. Gives them massively hard push.
And he's coming up on finishing his Assault Cuirass here too, so things are only going to get worse for TSG.
Being able to farm up really quickly now with that BOT, of course. Being able to jump all over the map. And they're going to rotate in for Roche. Ward's probably seeing that from TSG. And I think they're going to be able to come in. They're going to try and rotate in and get that. Surprise them.
Question is though, are they going to be able to contest it?
I mean, the Tiny is so big right now, I don't even know if they can.
That's
just level 17. But spells are on cooldown. Ice Path coming out from the Jakiro. Stuns coming out. And there comes in the Tiny. Scream coming out. And Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain. But main heroes for AKMA have still not fallen. Jakiro being out for another Ice Path. Following it up with a Magnifier. Not many heroes being in that wall at the moment. Kind of wasted. And that is both Darkseer and the CK falling. And he's being able to steal the Wisp tether. And that is very important. And that is going to be a 4-way trade just for the Bounty Hunter who they jumped on first.
That was absolutely fantastic work there. You could see as TSG were moving into the Roche pit, Tiny just turned around, just casually strolled out and smacked that Chaos Knight right in the face.
Being able to get his Avatos combo really hurt, and that almost killed him. With obviously a BKB not being up just yet. And was that a BKB on Tiny? No, no.
Not quite yet.
I think I saw a BKB somewhere. Maybe TA? I saw it on TA. TA has a BKB up now as well. Just got it, hasn't used it yet. So that should block out, you know, the Darkseer's attack, the CK stun, the Coddle damage. Don't forget the Wisps. It's a great item up for AKMA.
It's fantastic, and as well, because of the fact that she's got her refraction charges, it means that not only is she going to be not taking much damage because of the BKB, but any physical damage she does take is going to be cancelled out by refraction.
Exactly, so she'll be hardly damaged up as long as those charges are up. Aegis on the Templar Assassin again. Can't forget her traps, just being able to spot out so many people. And the CK really taking a lot of damage. Track gold on him as well. And that last hit is going to fall and TA gets that kill.
But once again there, that Jakiro Ice Path catching him right on the edge when it was so close for the CK to get away, and he just nailed it.
And Blink Dagger coming in on the Wisp. Blink being shown off by the Rubik, which he just bought as well. And that was a very good pickup. And that was also bounty tracked. So that is gold for everyone around there as well. Tiny farming up in the jungle. Got Assault Cuirass now. As well as Helm of the Dominator, probably moving towards a Satanic.
Yeah, that would be my guess. I think his next major item is probably either going to be finishing off that Satanic, or he could be picking up a Manta instead of that Quelling Blade.
Indeed. And then after that, of course, he'll probably end up selling the Hand of Midas, having so much gold.
The question is, what would he replace that with?
I'm not exactly sure. And Queen of Pain, not even there.
Good call.
Good calls, good calls. That's why we listen to Shoutcasters, of course.
And the instant buyback there from Darkseer, just so that he can get back into the fight so that they're not losing his ulti in this next team fight.
And that was a blink out as the CK uses. And look at that perfect stun and magnifier combo. Just picking off not enough heroes, but the TA obviously falling down. Going to come back up. Rubik dying from that. Tiny still in there being drained by Mana Lake. But that's finished now. So is he going to go in with the rest of his team? Sonic Wave coming up there from the Queen of Pain, who's in the fight this time. And then Tiny's going to come in. Maybe go to town. Nope, he decides to retreat back out. TA still alive.
And that's just a perfect example of great buyback timing there from that Darkseer. That combo from him just really...
And there you see another wall! Ice Path just dominating there! Being able to pick off both the Queen of Pain and the CK. Just with that melt hit, perfect side blade usage. And that was a whole lot of damage going their way very, very quickly.
This is excellent support work here from Pew Pew Pew.
Pew 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 really showing off his skill with the Ice Path. Oh, I've stopped spamming as well. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, just watch me.
Doing a little bit of Jakiro dancing there, because why not?
Because he can. And AKMA really showing why they're one of the best teams in Australia at the moment. Being able to really pull back fights that I did not see coming. And that is the Desolator up on the Templar Assassin as well. So much minus armor coming out from AKMA. The question is, are we going to see a medallion? BKB almost up for the Bounty Hunter as well.
Yeah, he's only about 600 gold away from that, so he should be getting that up really quickly.
Tiny also not dying in that fight. Looks like he's going for a Chrysalis into Daedalus.
So he Daedalus, okay.
He did sell his Quelling Blade there. Going for the extra damage. He does have a whole lot of damage.
So it looks like he's foregoing the Manta. He might pick that up later instead of his Midas.
Oh, that was so close. Just dodging the stun. That Jakiro stuns have been right on though. He's got a mech up now as well. No pipe up yet for AKMA. Blink Dagger though on the Rubek jumps in, being able to jump up and grab the CK, being perfectly stunned by the Jakiro straight afterwards. Being able to get out of stun, and Tiny trying to go for the toss, and he gets him.
Tossing his own illusion there from the wall back onto that CK for the kill.
That's just insulting.
Just rubbing salt into the wound.
Different use of salt. I like it. And that is a Rax going down mid. Tiny not really caring about those wisps. Also being hit out by Manalik. Jakiro being almost pulled into the wall. And that is going to be a very dead Coddle. Falling very quickly.
That TA hitting like a truck now that she's got that Desolator.
And Dire just really taking control of all of these, all of the gold, all of the experience kind of going the way. Net worth being massive up on the Tiny. He's got 20k. And this is going to be another Rax and 15k on the Templar Assassin. These are big heroes which they're not being able to take down. Rubik blinking in, being able to stun up onto the Darkseer. Perfect follow-up by Jakiro, and there's the GG call. Realizing that they have had enough of this. And AKMA just really showing that they are one of the top teams in Australia at the moment. Really dominating out this game. 16-28. We're just going to stick on for the end screen. Tiny just wanting to destroy those towers. I want to get more net worth. More net worth.
He just completely went to town this game. He's done really, really well.
And CK falling straight in to the Ice Path. And yep, TA just going, yeah, I tried. Didn't quite get it, but I tried. And that is the victory. Great game there from AKMA. Really showing up. Thrift Shop Gaming. After being delayed for almost 30 minutes. Yeah. Very, very, very decisive. Just going to have a look at this end screen. And thanks for listening, guys. If you're in Dota TV, if you guys are on YouTube, thanks as well. Please like up our Facebook pages. Subscribe, like these videos. We do put in a fair bit of effort. Thanks, Tom, for coming to cast. Snowman,
no worry.
Dropping in right at the very end. Anyway, I'm Trentus for DDTDota. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next game.